very pleased today to be joined by Geni Chaclan. She is a recent student recipient of one of my challenge coins. And we're going to talk a little bit today about why she was nominated, but also what she has in her future. I think you're going to enjoy today's talk. So Geni, we met after you were nominated for one of my challenge coins because you did something that's really shows great dedication to yourself as a student, as a person, but also to the nation. And that's because you were nominated because you went to basic training for the Army in the summer between your junior and your senior year of high school. Thank you for that. Thank you for choosing to serve, and tell us about your decision to go to basic training in the summer between your junior and your senior year.
Okay. Thank you for having me. It for sure wasn't like a straightforward decision. I was in between. I wasn't 100% sure, but I feel like the biggest factor was the recruiters from the Army National Guard. They really helped me see the benefits for doing split training and kind of getting it out of the way. And I think that my parents also had a really big impact on my decision for sure. Growing up, they always told me to dream big, to always believe in myself. There was nobody else that was gonna believe in me more than myself. I always had to have that mental strength to always do it. And I feel like in basic training, it really got put to the test 100% with that. And so yeah, I think that was the biggest factors into my enlisting.
So tell us about why did you choose to enlist in the Army in the first place? Even before you got to basic training, you had to choose to enlist. So why choose to serve in the military at all? Why was that important to you?
Okay, so back in my sophomore year, I joined the JROTC program, where I just joined just to see what it was about. So I had no clue about any of the branches. I came in blind, but it was the absolute best decision I ever made. They exposed me to a lot of military path that I can take. So I think that Master Sergeant Grooms and Lieutenant Colonel Henricks, they really opened their hearts to me, to kind of showing me the value of serving. I feel like growing up, it was I knew it was something very important to serve for our country. I feel like they just sparked a passion in me when I joined the program. So.
That's wonderful. It sounds like this one course really kind of changed your life.
Sure, yes. I'm always trying to recruit freshmen. I was trying to recruit freshmen, but it's okay.
It's a wonderful course. I'm so glad that we have JROTC. So tell us the specifics about basic training. Where were you stationed? What was it like?
So I was stationed in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I was there for 10 weeks. It was very, very hot. Got to 120. The whole point of basic training is to basically build and shape you into a soldier. So we were put into different phases. And the first phases were very tough because you were transitioning kind of from civilian to a soldier, and a lot of us don't we've never experienced hardship or challenges physically and mentally. So getting used to all of the screaming, I saw how I grew physically and mentally.
Are you seeing benefits to yourself as a student for having gone through basic training? Do you feel like you got some skills in basic training that now that you've been a student for 3 or 4 months with basic training behind you, do you feel benefits of it as a student?
Yeah, besides just the technical skills, I feel that I learned a lot of social skills. I was surrounded by people from all around the world. I was amazed about their upbringing and all the stories they had was very like inspiring. So I was exposed to that, and I feel like I brought those social skills here to kind of expose people in New Britain High School to show that there's way more out there in like besides New Britain, and I feel that that's really beautiful and it's nice.
It's a wonderful story, a wonderful story. So what's next for you? So you're going to graduate in June. What's next for you regarding the military or college, or what's coming up for Geni?
Okay, so for the split ops, that's basically where you split your training. So right, I had the opportunity to go through basic training, and I'm going to do my advanced individual training for my job after graduation, and that's going to be for Greg Adams in Virginia.
And what's the skill? What's the job you're going to have?
So I am a supplier specialist, 92 Yankee, and what I'm gonna basically be doing is just learning how to do like managing basically a warehouse kind of. So supplies for the military, I'm just gonna be learning how to maintain that and supply to my unit.
Which you can't fight a war or defend a nation without supplies. So you can't, it's not just a warehouse. It sounds like it's super important to the operation of the Army. Great, great. And how about further training for yourself? Are you going to be going to college or university, or what are your plans regarding that?
I am fully hoping to go to CCSU. I have already started my application. I haven't fully completed it, but.
And what do you want to study at CCSU?
So I am not sure yet.
Okay. You know what that you know what it is? That means you're normal. If you don't know yet, you're normal because you're still, how are you, 17 years old? So if you don't know yet, that means you're normal. So, but just making the step to apply and enroll is a great first step. Great. What's the best thing about being a student here in New Britain?
All the opportunities. So although I'm not sure about what I want to do in college, there's courses that like are exposing me to different kind of career paths that I would like to take. Like I already took JROTC and already put me onto my military career path. So another one is the Educators Rising program.
It's a wonderful program.
I love it so much. Although I just learned about it this year, it has inspired me a lot with just the value of teachers too. Like they are very important to the community and to an individual. Like
so, I was the first in my family to go to college. I have 3 degrees, and they're all from CCSU. So I have my bachelor's, my master's, my doctorate, my superintendent's preparation, and I have something called the Fulbright Hayes Scholarship, all from CCSU. So you're in the right place. If you're loving Educators Rising and you think you might want to pursue education, you're New Britain. You're in the right place.
For sure, I feel that.
Great, great. Tell us, is there a particular staff member here at the high school that's been particularly helpful to you or meaningful to you in your growth as a young adult?
I feel like it's not just one.
That's okay.
There's many.
You can. I'm sure if you name 1 or 2, the rest won't be offended. I'm sure they know that you're a great student.
Yeah, I feel like right now it is Ms. Marquez.
Ms. Marquez, very good. in the Ed Rising program. Okay, and why?
Because she's always just maintaining like the reality of what it is to be a student, and just like it feels a little like the military with her. I don't know, like the military really humbled me to like all the hardships and challenges, and in Miss Marquez's class, it's like she's putting it nicely. She's not yelling, she's not telling me to do push-ups, but
she's not a drill sergeant.
No, but she's definitely how like the drill sergeants, what they did, they broke me to build me back up, and I feel like Miss Marquez is really doing that. She's building me into a better student.
That's great. I know what that feels like a little bit. My dad was a sergeant in the Marines before I was born. So even though he had left the military by the time I was born, he still ran the house like a Marine sergeant would. So I know the feeling. Okay, so to wrap up, you're about to not be a high school student anymore. So if you had a chance to give advice to kids that are about to come to high school, kids that are in 8th grade right now, what would you tell kids who are currently in 8th grade about how to be successful here at New Britain High School next year? Is there a mistake that you made? Not a big one, but is there a mistake that you made that you wish you could go back and do again, or something that you didn't do early on that maybe now you're doing that you would say, hey, you should really, go try this?
Yeah, I think just exposing yourself to all the different programs, clubs, and all the different courses. I think that if you expose yourself, you might find a passion, you might find a spark like I did. I feel that there's a lot that you just have to experience to actually find out what you want to do. So although you might regret taking a class, now you know that that's not for you, So I feel like
at least you found out that it wasn't for you.
Yeah. So just keep searching and keep taking advantage of everything that we have, that the New Britain provides for us.
All right. Geni, thanks for talking with me today. We're very proud of you, and thanks for choosing to serve in the military.
Of course.
Thank you.